Pantoufleee! Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we are trying to guess which tanks are gonna be available during the Black Friday event. So it's gonna be simple. I'm not gonna talk about all the premiums because as you can see there are too much of them. If I did that, I would probably spend 1 hour making this video, especially if I talk after about the collectors. So we are just gonna talk about the tanks that I think are gonna be in the event, and the other one I'm just gonna pass them. So first, the T28 HTC, I'm thinking that this tank is gonna be sold because in every Black Friday event I did, this tank was available since the day of its release. So yeah, the T28 HTC will be here, but it's probably not worth it, honestly. You don't want to have this tank in your garage, even if it was buffed a couple of updates ago. The problem of this tank is it's not funny, honestly. Going low speed, it's definitely not something you want to have, especially in World of Tank Blitz. So really don't buy it. Next, let me check. I think maybe it's possible to see the 112 Glacial, especially in the bundle with the WZ Blaze, because since the buff, the 112 Glacial is still a good tank. Honestly, it's not an OP tank. If we compare it, for example, with the rest of the tier 8s, this one is average. It's not the best, not the worst. It's a good EV guide in my opinion. If you take it, it's to learn how to really play heavy, having the playstyle of the heavy, because you need to understand how to hold on and side scrap with it with this one. But it's a good thing to have it in your garage if you don't already, except if you already have crazy tanks such as, for example, the M449 or the Chrysler K, etc. So, concerning all the Tech Tree tanks, I'm not going to talk about them here, because if we sum up, these tanks will be available during the event, it's 100% sure, but with a discount. All the Tech Tree tanks during the Black Friday will be available with a discount, good discount. So if you plan to buy, for example, the SU-12244, just wait 1 week, 1 more week, and you will have it, but at a lower price, and it's truly worth it. Next, we have the T95E2, which is clearly not worth it. Even if this tank is sold, don't buy it. And if they sell it, I don't even... Nah, honestly, this tank sucks. Really, don't do anything with this one. No, no, no. Which tanks can we see? It's possible that we see the M6A2E1. It's not 100% sure. I think the probability of seeing this tank being sold is around 30-35%. Why? Because this tank is incredible. It's a really great tank. It has a good armor, so therefore it's one of the greatest EV at tier 8 in my opinion, which means that this tank, if it's sell, it should be maybe during Blitz Fair and not during the Black Friday event, because the main reason is that Wargaming doesn't want all players to have one of these in their garage, even if they are not gonna sell them all. I think the good thing about the Blitz Fair is that you can't buy as much tanks as you want. There is a limit. I think it was 6,000 last year. But yeah, honestly, if this tank is here, it's worth it, and you definitely want to have it in your garage. Chrysler K will not be sold here. T22 Defender either. Oh, you know what? Maybe they can actually sell the Defender tanks, but I don't think we're gonna see them. I think the probability is 10%, so I'm not really gonna talk much about them. But if they are here, the T28 Defender or the Ice-Free Defender, it's clearly worth it. So, next, no. I'm doing this live, by the way. I'm not gonna edit anything because it's too much work and I don't really have the time for the moment. We can expect the Panzer 58 mods. This tank is... I would say it's a good tank if you're a pro player, even if to me it's one of the worst premiums ever. But if you manage to understand how this tank works, it's like a Leo 1 but at tier 8, even if the Leo 1 at tier 10 is clearly better, but you can expect the tank, honestly, and it's not worth it. Honestly, if you're not a pro player, don't buy it. Next, what can we expect? The Mauer Brescia. I don't really think we're gonna see this tank in the event. But if it's here, honestly, I don't think the tank is worth it. In my opinion, the tank lacks mobility. It has a good armor, but if you want to have a a look at how to play this tank, just play the tier 9, the, how is it called, I forgot, the motion, yeah. If you want to have a feeling of driving the VK 168 Mauer Brescia, just go for the motion. Next, no, the Lover, no, KPZ, KPZ, no, I don't think they will. They can, but I don't think they will, because usually the KPZ is sell in bundles. It comes a couple of times during the year. It comes at least 3-4 times in the shops, so I don't think we're not gonna see it during the Blitz, the Black Friday, sorry, because this tank is being sold regularly on the original server. E25, it's possible. Honestly, the E25, it's really possible, and it's a really great tank. I think it's a 50-50 chance to get it in the shop at this moment, but if it's in the shop, I definitely recommend it to you, because it's a really funny tank, especially at tier 7. What makes it really great is the mobility and the gun. Honestly, you will enjoy it. So the Scorpion G, just to evacuate it quickly, it's in the shop right now, which means they're not gonna sell it next week. It's a shop tank. The Loza Sherman, I don't think it will be available. It was a one-time offer. Maybe it came back in the shop 1 or 2 times, but no, they will not sell it. The Rudy, it's possible. Honestly, it would be amazing if they did, but I think it's possible. We didn't see the tank for a couple of years by now in the shop, this tank, except maybe during events such as Blitzfair and stuff. But it's quite possible that you have this tank during the Black Friday offers. But if you have it, don't mind it, but it's gonna be expensive, because this tank is really crazy at tier 7. It's one of the best tanks. Next, T44-100, no, because as you can see we have it in the shop right now. T54 Mod 1, it's quite possible. I truly think it's a 80% chances to get this tank during the Black Friday. God damn it, I'm saying Black Market all the time. But yeah, you can have the T54 Mod 1. I think it's gonna be there for a reasonable price, maybe 10,000 gold, but it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there 100% sure. IS-2, it's probably gonna be there as well. I think this one is gonna be here. Object 252U, possible also. The 252U, I don't know. I don't really know if you want to have one in your garage. It's a great tank for the armor, but the tank is quite, I don't know. If the tank is not as OP as the one we have on World of Tank PC, it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but if you have it for 10-15,000 gold, maybe you don't want to have this tank in your garage. I don't think it's quite OP. I thought it was OP the first time it was released, but after playing it for a long time, I realized that when people know how to aim on your tank, you become ineffective. KV5, just for the fun, is gonna be here, I think. KV5 is gonna be here. Why? Because it's one of the first premiums ever implemented in World of Tank and World of Tank Blitz. And also, it's a nice tank. I don't think it's a tank you want to have in your garage right now. At the time when it was 1 or 2 years ago, it was a great tank, but now it's really outdated compared to all the OP's premiums they are releasing. Next, the IS-3 Defender, I already talked about it when I talked about the T20 Defender. IS-2SH, it's possible. So it's basically, I don't know, an IS at tier 8 with a reverse turret. It's a nice tank, but I don't think it's worth it. Honestly, don't buy this tank. K91, it was in the shop. No, is it still in the shop? Yeah, it's still in the shop, so no, we're not gonna see it. Shop. IS-2 122S, maybe, if that's the case. I really think it's a great tank, but I'm not gonna tell you to buy it, because at tier 7 you have way better tanks than this one. This one is only for collectioners, honestly. This one, no. The ISU 130, it's possible to see it during the Black Friday event, and I really hope they're gonna sell it, because I think the gameplay of this tank is quite amazing. I mean, you just have to put your great AP plus shells and just put 530 alpha damage to every tank you encounter in 9 seconds of reload, so therefore the gun is quite deadly. The Black Prince, it's already in the offer. Cromwell B, you can see it as well as the others. ISU 122S, etc. It's all the Liberty Berlin tanks, but yeah, it's possible to see it. The Sentinel, it's already in the game. Excelsior, no. This one I don't know, but if it's here, don't buy it. It sucks. The FV, it's possible as well. This tank, you can have it in the shop. It's quite a nice tank, honestly. It's not the worst, not the best either, but it's a Karen at tier 7. So if you like your tier 8 Karen, you can go for this one at tier 7. But be careful, because unlike the Karen, the upper plate is not really great and effective. So be careful if you buy this tank. The Chieftain, probably. Why? Because they are gonna in the 6.5 update, they wanna buff the tank, and in order for them to know if the buff is effective or not, it's a good thing to sell the tank and see how players will perform with it after the buff. So this tank is probably gonna be here. Concerning the Chieftain, it's my only tier 10 that probably will be in the event. Why? Because the Chieftain is coming regularly in the shop. That's the only tier 10 premium that comes regularly in the shop, by the way. But yeah, it's possible that it's here because everybody has it, and it's not quite OP. It's a great tank, don't mind me. It's really one of the greatest tank ever. But unlike most of the others, tier 10 collectors or premiums, this one will actually make credits, which is nice. And also no, it's a great tank, honestly. If it's in the shop, you have to get it. It's a great tank. So the Angry Connor, no, it's only for the Irish event. 8050 in, no. Type 62, it's possible. Honestly, you can see the Type 62 during this offer, and if it's the case, really buy it, because this tank is great. I'm telling you to buy pretty much everything I'm speaking about, but still, the Type 62, the tier 7 Chinese light tank, is great, and great mobility, great everything. Honestly, it's one of the best tier 7 and one of the oldest premiums, but it's still worth it, honestly. Next, maybe we're gonna see the 59 Pathan and the Type 59, sorry. Either ways, I don't recommend them because they are really outdated. Honestly, it's not worth it. And no, this one is not gonna be there. After WZ, nah, maybe one of these will be here. I don't know yet which one. If that's this one, the WZ-112-2, buy it. If that's the WZ-111, just pass and don't buy it. Let me see what tanks should be here. It's a tank events. The Lorraine 40 ton, it's possible. The Lorraine 40 tons, it's a great tank, especially for good players, and for good players only. Because if you're a beginner and you buy this, you don't have armor and you have to deal with the clip gun. So no, definitely one of the greatest tanks in the hands of a Unicum or Super Unicum players. But if you're not that skilled, don't buy it. It's ineffective. Next, the CDC, probably gonna be here as well, but you already know the CDC. I did a review about it maybe 1 week ago. The Revalorise, it's possible as well. I don't think it's gonna be here, but it's possible. And honestly, this tank is quite average. For the collection maybe, but if not, don't buy it. It was in the shop 1 week ago, so no. Let me check if they are gonna be. I don't think any tanks from the Hybrid Nation are gonna be sold here. No, clearly no. Except, yeah, maybe WZ Blaze. Maybe that's the only one of the Hybrid Nation who is gonna be sold. Sorry. So now that we've focused on the premiums, let's check the collectors. But I'm sorry, because in my collectors I have all the tanks Wargaming decided to remove, so I need to find the tanks that could be sold during the events. It's gonna maybe take a bit of time, I don't know. Now you know what? To reduce my search, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's better. We're gonna start at tier 6, so it's gonna be easier for me. So yeah, the T22 medium, clearly not. It's not gonna be sell. The Smasher, no way they sell the Smasher. No fucking way. They will not. Clearly they will not. No, you know what? No. no collector tanks are gonna be sell during this event, I believe, at least in my opinion. If they sell the Smasher, it's gonna be in crates, and I really doubt that they will sell it because it's OP. I remember someone telling me, I don't know if it's true, but I remember someone telling me that the tank will never be sold again because it was too OP, or if it was sold, it was in crates for maybe 0.5 chances of getting the tank by crates. But I don't think they're gonna sell. They're not gonna sell any collectors. So yeah, that was my guess for my guesses for the upcoming event. I'm sorry if the video seems to be rushed, but I don't, and I clearly don't have the time to edit everything. So I'm just gonna upload this like it is. For example, here with all the talking, the English mistakes, and I'm really sorry about this. But yeah, don't mind me. So if you like this video, subscribe, like, and share. Feel free to tell me in the comment which tanks you think are gonna be sell and why. That's the most important part for me. Why one or another tank are gonna be sell? It's important. It's important for me to know which tanks are gonna be sold. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget, you're not here to be better but to be the best, and I'm gonna see you probably I'm gonna do a Blitzfair video maybe next week. I think next week, but this time maybe I'm gonna try to to make it more official with some editing. Thank you all for watching, and see you later.